Kame-Cast with your hosts, Cody Taylor and Doug Keeney. And they're bringing you the best from the world of anime, sports, gaming, music, and much more. This is Kame-Cast, a recreational media production.
What's up, world? You're listening to Kame-Cast. My name's Cody, and as always, I've got the lovely Doug with me.
What's going on, my man?
Not much, man. So we're going to break down the concert and the interview that we had with Grasmere over the weekend. We got to go to their concert and see just a hell of a show.
Yeah, we recorded our interview with Grasmere this past Saturday, November 10th, 2018, early in the afternoon, just prior to their show at Mike's Bike Park that night. It was a great time. It was really great to see those guys again. It's been a long time since we had seen them. Yeah. Had a great, nice little 25 to 30-minute conversation with them. Talked about a lot of different things. Obviously talked about the new record, which we've already ranted and raved about here on the air. You guys already know how much we love it.
Go out and get it.
Absolutely, go out and get it. We talked about the process of writing the music, talked about the show they had just played.
Yeah, it was really good to see those guys again.
Just went then after the formalities were out of the way, we basically just it turned into just a member berry session.
Yeah, just talking about old shit that's happened.
Just talking about, we told stories from when I was on tour with them, told stories about different shows that we played throughout the years. You and Justin shared a laugh talking about the windshield fiasco.
Yeah.
But it was a fun one, man. They came in, they did a really cool acoustic version of their song Back to Sanity, which is up on our YouTube and Facebook and all that now.
Oh, yeah, go check it out. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool of them to do, and we're probably going to be doing more of that with other bands here in the future. We saw Nick from Better Anyway that night, which we'll get into talking about how they did in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
But when he heard what we did with Grasmere, he definitely talked about wanting to do the same thing with Better Anyway at some point.
Definitely.
So I definitely think we'll definitely be doing more of that as we go. We did the interview, and that was super fun. We got to meet Justin's girlfriend, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
But
cool chick.
Yeah, really cool chick. So we do the interview, they leave, and then later on that night, we went to the show at Mike's Bike Park. And first thing I'll say is the venue itself. Mike's Bike Park. It was interesting.
I've never been to a place that did a show like that. So first off, Mike's Bike Park, it sounds like what it is. It is a indoor BMX bike park.
Literally. And the show was literally held on, the stage was a ramp.
Yeah.
Which visually it looked awesome.
Yeah, it looked cool as heck. Speaking on the sound quality wise, not the best venue we've ever been to, but you're in a bike park. Concrete walls. It's to be expected.
Yeah, you kind of get what you pay for, but I mean the atmosphere was cool. There was a decent turnout.
Oh yeah.
I don't know exactly how many people were there, but there was a decent amount of people there.
I would roughly have to say probably at least a little over 50.
50, which for a Dayton local show in this day and age, that's not bad.
No, not at all.
So Grasmere went on first. It was cold as shit in that park.
There was no heating in that building, which, I mean, it's a bike park. It's kind of expected.
Right.
But, I mean, even me, everybody knows I'm a big motherfucker, and I was freezing my tits off.
Absolutely. But, yeah, so getting into the show itself, Grasmere played first. And they did really well. They had some supplemental musicians up there. They had Cameron Carl, formerly of a band called Vice on Victory, playing drums. I think he's still doing something with another band, but I can't remember the name.
I think if he's still with them, they're called Death Watch.
He might still be doing that. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But Cameron's a great drummer. He killed it. And our own former front woman, Cassie Lambert, was up there doing the harmonies with Tyler. She did awesome.
Yeah,
shout out to the kid. You did amazing. You're still the fucking queen, no matter what you say. So Grasmere musically killed it. I think they sounded amazing. Tyler
sounded great. Slam and Seth, they gelled pretty well together too.
Well, which you kind of expect, because they've
been together for at least 5, maybe more years.
Yeah, particularly Tyler and Lincoln had been together forever.
Oh yeah.
And Justin's been with them for what, about 3-4 years now?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. So
yeah. It was cool though to see. You didn't always get to see Tyler step out from behind the guitar in their old stuff.
Yeah, he did that with Dear God,
Yeah.
which was really cool.
Yeah, which, man, that's probably my favorite song, which we get into in the interview.
Yeah, and I think the coolest part of their whole set for me was when Justin went into his solo for Headlights, and the whole crowd just went nuts.
Kid can still rip it, man.
We used to call him Slash back in the day, just because he was always the guy that would always just be in the corner, just doing some awesome shredding on his guitar.
It immediately made me think of when we played Gillies. And he ran out in the crowd and was doing his solo like right in front of his dad's face.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot like that. But it was great to see those guys. They killed it. All of them did an amazing job. It was great to see Cass back on stage for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Definitely hope that's not the last we see of her. I'm sure she's probably going to do more stuff with them, but hopefully she'll do like an actual thing of her own at some point.
Yeah, I'd like to see her get back out there and put out some of her own vibes into the world.
Yeah, and we definitely will try to have her on the show at some point, whether it's to plug something or just for shits and gigs.
Oh, yeah.
But after Grasmere, Better Anyway made their live debut.
And holy shit. Dude, electricity.
Yeah, it's funny because I even said this to Nick in a message yesterday when I was talking to him. I said, I was going into that show, into their set, not that I wasn't expecting it to be good because I know the quality of musicianship that's up there. Yeah. But I wasn't really expecting to be wowed. I was kind of expecting like, okay, it's going to be just a high energy, good pop punk show.
Yeah.
Which it definitely was that. But there was definitely something special about it. Nick, it was the first time I'd ever seen Nick Burkhardt play in a band without playing a guitar or anything like that, and just be the front man. Yeah, didn't have any
instrument in front of him. That was interesting because it's always funny because people like that. With my own experience as the guitarist, you take away their guitar and you kind of just are like, okay, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah, you feel naked.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he probably went through that a bit.
Probably at first, but he didn't show it. There was no "what do I do with my hands" moment.
He was great, and he was fun to watch.
From like 30 seconds into the song, he started out how he always is. He's kind of like bopping, and then he grabs a hold of his hat and just fucking chucks it, and from there it was Nick 2.0, man.
Oh yeah, and the fun little bit that happened that neither of us were expecting. Nick goes on stage and he takes off this hoodie that he's wearing, and underneath that hoodie was the Kame-Cast championship.
Yeah, he presented me my belt in probably the coolest fashion I didn't ever expect to get it in.
He called us on stage. You wound up not making the trip on stage, but I went up and got the belt for you, and he gave us a nice shout out on the stage. So shout out to Nick for doing that. That was awesome, brother. Thank you. We never in a million years would have asked him to do it, but we appreciate that he thought of us to do that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, after that, we kind of had to leave because we were having a little bit of issues. So we had to leave the show a little early, but I'm glad we at least got to go see our two friends play.
Yeah.
For two friends bands play.
I saw some clips and everything from some other bands. Brigade, I saw a few clips, and holy shit, man. I really wish we could have stayed to watch them.
Yeah, I know.
Which, I mean, it's my fault. I'll own up to that. I wanted to stay, but there's just getting over sickness and everything. I just was not able to hang.
Yeah, we both were feeling it a little bit, but you were definitely like the fact that you even went to the show in the first place was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
But we made it through the two bands that we knew. So I mean, I'm glad we at least got to see our friends. Next show we're going to be going to is the one on the 30th, right? Yeah. We're going to that Springfield show.
Oh, most definitely.
And we will be there for that full show.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, anyone that's going to be out at that show and want to come say hi to us, we'll be there. I think on that show you're going to get Better Anyway, Overbite, which is another great pop punk band that's coming out. Just put out a couple new tunes themselves.
Yeah, I'm excited. They're going to be high energy too. I can tell.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I know those guys, and those guys. Well, I know a couple of those guys. I know Nick Foley and I know Tim Perks, and I know Chris Delatio, who had
fucking great guitarist as well.
Yeah, who had been with Second Story Anthem, who would go on to be Grasmere. So it's kind of funny how incestuous this all is and how it all comes about. So they're going to be on Knavery. Knavery's also going to be on that bill. That's going to be fun.
Dude, I'm excited. It'll be my first time seeing Knavery.
Yeah, I've never seen him live, so I'm definitely excited to see that.
I've met a few of the dudes, but I've never actually got to like hear them live or anything.
Oh my God! Another fun. It was great to go to this show because there was a lot of people there that I hadn't seen in a long time, and one guy in particular walked through the door and is like right in the middle of Grasmere's set, and as soon as I saw him, I had to stop everything and go and hug and talk to this guy, and that was one Mr. Jake Bryant.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool to see him. Like literally looked over, saw him, and was just like, oh shit. Had to go over, give him a hug, talk to him for a little bit.
Yeah, and we will have him on at some point. We don't know exactly when yet, but we will definitely have him on at some point.
He's got some cool stuff in the works that he's going to come on and talk about, and we're going to get to have a powwow with him. And it's he's talked to me a little bit about it. I'm not going to give anything away because it's not my business to give away. But expect some super cool stuff.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything until he's ready to release it. But as soon as he's ready, I believe he had said to you that he will definitely be on at some point. So it'll be great to have him on. We definitely are still going to be doing something with Ian Baldwin here soon.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out for us to have him on the show this week.
Yeah, he said, guys, it's my wife's birthday, and we said, say no more. We understand.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, cool. So, I mean, we are definitely going to have these guys on. I'm super excited to have them on because, I mean, these are guys that are real needle movers in the Ohio local scene.
Yeah. So that's what our thoughts on the concert and everything were. It's super fun. Can't wait to talk again with these guys because we definitely will have them back.
Grasmere? Most definitely.
Grasmere, better anyway. We definitely will be having those guys on.
Well, Nick is pretty much the fourth voice, or the third voice.
He's got a revolving door, but I want to get Marvin in here.
Yeah, Marvin. We talked to Marvin Jackson, their guitar player, that night, and he definitely will be on at some point. Just as soon as work schedules allow. We all have different schedules that we have to follow, so as soon as we can get everyone in, we're going to have a bunch of these guys in because, I mean, the Ohio local scene is starting to be on the rise again. There's some really good music coming out. So if there's anything we can do to support those guys and get people to them, I hope we can help.
Yeah. So absolutely, guys. So here it is. This is our full interview with Grasmere. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed the interview.
Booyaka!
Bye. And hello.
You would always let me speechless with the way that you looked at me. Summer days spent reminiscing, holding hands and never missing the way that our lives could be.
What's up, world? You're listening to Kame-Cast. My name's Cody, and as always, I've got Doug Keeney with me. What's up, buddy?
Hey, yo, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. We got a few fresh faces in the room.
Yeah.
Who is this?
We got our buddies in Grasmere here. If you guys may remember, in our last episode, we picked their record, What We Left Behind, as our pick of the week. So we figured we would follow that up immediately by having them on. We got Tyler Cox, lead vocals.
How's it going?
Got Justin Cazell, lead guitar.
Hello.
Lincoln Bailey, bass and vocals.
Heyo.
What's going on, guys?
Not much, you know. We
Hanging in there.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this has been a long time coming. You guys, I've been wanting to have you guys on ever since we started this thing, all the way back when you guys were a whole other band.
Oh man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Kind of rebranded. Went a different direction.
So let's get right into that. What prompted that change? Because I mean, Second Story Anthem had been around for so long. What was the sudden urge for you guys to want to change the name and completely rebrand?
Well, that's kind of the thing, that it was around for so long. So like, you know, we played a style of like heavier pop punk. We got to the point where like, you know, that's not going to sell as many records as something that, you know, would appeal to more people. So we just started a new writing process. It worked. It was different. So we felt that it was time to change the name as well.
Mm-hmm. It's just like we started to mature, and so we wanted our music to kind of reflect that a little bit. Like
now I feel like we can play whatever music we want now. We don't have to just play pop punk anymore. Which
Right.
I like.
Yeah, that's the beauty. And me and Cody, I mean, we've been raving about the record, guys. I mean, and I'm not just saying this because y'all are our friends. And I'm not just saying this because, you know, we have history, but it is legit my favorite local record that's come out in a long time. Because you guys have found that perfect mix of playing stuff that you know people in the scene are gonna like, but doing something totally unique and something that's definitely gonna set you guys apart.
Yeah, we tried not to limit ourselves. When we were writing, we wrote a bunch of different songs, and just kind of whittled it down to what we thought was like the strongest five. But like when we were writing, we didn't say, okay, we're just gonna write pop punk songs. We're just gonna write whatever
we want.
We wrote whatever we wanted, and it just kind of
Way easier to do it that way.
yeah, it just kind of came together. And you know, we had a lot of help. We had a great producer, Nick Ingram at Capitol House Studios. Was great. We had a lot of help on the back end for the release. We had Ian Baldwin with Hear and See.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be on the show tomorrow.
Ian is such a great guy. Like he did, and you know, we're playing a show for him tonight actually. So by the time that this comes out, it will have been, you know.
Yeah, but this comes out next Friday, so it'll be. So today, as the day we're recording this, November 10th, is your guys' second show.
yes.
Put on by Ian Baldwin of the Hear and See podcast.
Yes, he's a great guy. I mean, he helped us out so much, just not only with graphic design and that kind of stuff, just also like bouncing ideas off of each other and stuff like that. So he was great help.
Absolutely, I love Ian so much. He's got one of the purest hearts of anyone I've ever met in this scene, man. He just cares about helping everybody, and that's such a refreshing thing
Definitely.
to see.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
All right, so
So
So let's get into the actual songs, because I'll tell you, the one that really sticks out to me on the record, I mean, they're all great. Headlights, the single, is awesome. But the one that stands out to me is One More Night.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
I
was very poppy.
I think
Yeah.
that's why it stuck out to me. It's got a great combo of like a good pop hook, but some really solid crunchy guitar work in there too.
That one was interesting, right?
Yeah.
It almost didn't make it.
Why didn't it almost make it?
We had like four songs that were last second. Like, which one are we gonna do? We
Yeah.
just chose that one. And Dear God as well.
Yeah, we had, like I said, we wrote probably 10 or 12 songs total. Demoed them out. We spent days in my basement just like going through stuff, writing parts, writing lyrics. One More Night it kind of started as the hook. That's typically how my writing style goes. I'll write a hook, I'll bring it to everybody, say, hey, what do you think? It was definitely different, and that's part of the reason why we decided like we should go with a name change and stuff, because it is very different.
Oh, yeah.
It's very poppy. The guitar tone, I credit that to Nick Ingram helping us just discover that great
It's the
tone.
best
I mean,
guitars.
yeah, I mean it was just
Like,
great.
like some of the best in the industry. Like,
Really?
Out of everybody.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
I think so. He would also think so. I'm just kidding.
What was he in any bands or anything that I might have heard? Because I know the
Oh,
name.
yeah.
I know the name Nick
He's
Ingram,
gonna
but
hate
I
us
can't.
for this.
Oh,
He was in a
man.
band. I think it was the Promise.
The Promised Estates
The
or something
Promised
like that.
Estate. I think that was the
It
name
was
of
it was very close to.
And
something
actually,
like
the
that.
style of it. So the style was kind of like an alternative pop rock, like a little bit of spaciness to it. Delayed guitars, that kind of
and
stuff.
Ambient noises.
Yeah, so he had that experience, so that was able to help us because he was familiar with the style we were going towards. So
Cool. Now, Tyler, I want to talk to you about vocally. How did you approach this record different from the stuff you did with SSA? Because I don't know about you, but I can definitely tell a huge difference in your vocals between now and then.
Well, not only just the production quality. Nick Ingram, again, I'm going to keep going back to him. He was so great. He pushed me harder than anyone has ever pushed me as far as that. But, your vocals, they're a muscle. And just like other muscles, you can grow those muscles. So it's just practice. I'd practice and practice and practice, and I'd sing in the car, and I was writing different stuff that wasn't this heavy pop punk. So the vocals had to be a little different. They had to be softer in some spots. So it's just the more I did it, the better it sounded.
Yeah, to me, when I'm listening to it, it sounds way more comfortable than when you were singing like the heavier pop punk.
More in your range. And we're back.
It does that from time to time.
Cool.
When I'm recording multiple
But like
tracks.
I was saying, we wrote things that were more in my range. It's a different style of music. It requires a different type of vocal. So I'm not just yelling. I'm not just pushing out the most aggressive vocals I can. There's got to be a little bit of like
Actual
finessing.
singing.
You got to actually sing. And like I said, Nick Ingram, he pushed me harder than anybody has ever pushed me, and we took a few days on vocals, and it turned out great.
Well, it definitely worked, man. I really enjoy the album. Dear God is probably my favorite on the EP.
I think that's one of my favorite one too.
That
One
one was
in
actually
Houston.
written last second.
So Tyler has this habit of whenever we go into record, it'll be the first day of recording. He's like, "Hey, I got a new song that we're gonna put on this, and none of us will have ever heard it or anything close to remotely what it is, and we'll just have to record it."
And has never not turned out great.
That's true. It has never not led to something good, but
Yeah, that one. I came into the studio. Nobody had any idea. I was like, "Yeah, it's got piano in it." And they're like, "Who's gonna play the piano?" I was like, "Well, little do you know, I took piano lessons a long time ago." So
Really?
Yeah.
So that's you playing?
no, Nick, that is a computer keyboard playing.
Oh.
He wrote
But
the
I wrote
release.
it. I wrote it. Yeah.
Our computer's great.
Do you guys do you play that live or is it?
No, it's all tracked. So that's another new thing we're doing
boards
is
now,
we've moved up to playing to a click track with in-ears. We have live tracks.
You guys are Vice on Victory now.
Yeah.
Their tracks were a lot better than ours. They had a lot more tracks too.
So who's playing drums for you guys now?
Skylar.
well, Skylar McIntyre is our full-time drummer, and
Okay.
he's been so great to have on. Tonight, Cameron, the old Vice on Victory drummer, he's going to be helping us out tonight.
Skylar, it is his birthday weekend.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Skylar. Will be a
birthday,
week
Skylar.
afterwards that you'll hear us saying this.
From
but-
one drummer to another. Happy birthday, my man.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so he's actually up in Cleveland with his girlfriend, seeing the story so far. So
Ooh, man. I
can't
can't
it
blame
was,
him
it was
there.
planned way before we took the show, but it was a good opportunity for us, and we wanted to do something.
Hey, you got to
with
do
him,
what you
so-
got to do, right?
Yeah, no, and he was cool with it. So
I love his drumming too, man. That was like the first thing I noticed when I was listening to it was, man, this guy is pretty friggin' solid.
yeah, he's
Like-
great, and he's great to work with. Really easygoing. We picked him up when we were still second
Very
story
handsome.
anthem. We picked him up when we were still second story anthem. He hopped right on, and we did a huge tour, and he was great. And
Is he the guy that's in the Sorry About the Mess video?
he's
No.
not, so that's a funny story.
We won't tell that story.
Yeah, that
No, we
guy.
can tell that story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you tell the story.
Yeah, come on,
I'm doing
what-
all the talking.
Come
Yeah,
on,
no,
tell the story, Justin.
Just-
I'm not
Justin
really
story
good at
time.
telling stories.
All right. So we
That's
had
Lincoln, by
a
the way.
show.
That's Lincoln talking. Now
We had a-
he's gonna tell a story.
We had a show at Donato's, and we were just kind of waiting around for our old drummer or the drummer from that video. And we sent him a few messages like, "Hey, on your way," all this, that, and the other thing, and he just never responded. And the show started, and we're all waiting outside, like,
Is he
where
gonna
are you
show up?
at? Yeah, are you gonna show up?
And we kept telling each other, he'll be here in a minute.
Yeah,
He didn't come.
He didn't ever show up, and also we never heard from him ever again.
But we
Oh
met
my
a good
gosh.
buddy. We met a friend.
Yeah,
Him.
Colin Cavanaugh
Yeah,
from
our guy saved
at the
us
time
up.
Well Enough. He's also in a band called Courtney from Work. They played our release show in Columbus.
Dude, I just talked to them on
They
Facebook. They are amazing.
They really are great. But Colin
He
was like,
saved us.
he's like, I can play the drums, and we just play some covers. So we just played a quick cover set. We forgot to play "My Own Worst Enemy" by Lit.
Things are gonna hold together.
It should. I'm.
Update: Lincoln broke our heater.
So what it is? It was like a computer monitor.
no, it's like some.
No, it's like a
Interesting.
space heater.
It's a space heater.
Well, it's just a top. It's just a plastic.
I grew
think
up
it should
right
work
there
fine.
in that apartment complex, by the way.
Did you
I didn't
really?
live over here, yeah. I grew up right over there.
That's
I was
crazy.
there for like 10 years.
This
My
might be
mom
the
lived there.
most unorthodox, unlike coordinated interview you
I
guys
was
might ever
thinking
do.
about that. I wanted to say that immediately when we first started, but yeah, right there. And then she moved somewhere in the hood.
So how'd you get from there to Miamisburg?
Oh, that's my dad lives in Miamisburg. My stepmom.
Right.
My actual mom lived there, and now she lives by the high school.
I was about to say, wait a minute, your mom lives over there. We need to
Not
quit recording.
Too close to you, yeah. Yeah, stay away.
So
Keep
So
Dougie away from Justin's
quick
mom.
sidestep. Justin, for those of you that actually listen to the show, whoever's out there, a few episodes back we did our top 10 musicians. And I actually threw Justin on my honorable mentions for my favorite guitar players. But Justin, we have
I
a lot
did
of
not.
history with him. Cody and I were in a band with him
We
a
all
few
have
years
a bunch of
back.
history together.
Yeah, literally, this is like, and this is why I was so glad to do this, because I think you guys are the ones that we've known the longest in the scene,
Yeah.
and are probably the best friends that we ever made in the scene.
Cody
So, I
writes
mean,
some good songs too, all right?
No,
We'll leave him
no, I
out. He
don't.
wrote all the Queen of Hearts hits, all right?
the hits.
I did.
Man on campus here.
I love you for calling them hits, but
All those bangers.
but no, I just
Those
remember
not bangers.
we were. It was either the first or second Queen of Hearts show, one of the Alrosa shows that we did.
Many.
Yeah, we did like 3 or 4 at
Those
Alrosa.
Gorilla shows were great.
Weren't
If
they?
you, didn't
Love
play,
Gorilla.
if you
Shout
never
out to
played
Gorilla.
a Gorilla Battle of Bands, you're not in a real band.
Right.
Just so you know.
I-
PSA.
If you never got
That's like a rite of
scammed,
passage
you're not a
right
real
there.
musician.
I remember the third time I ever saw a Second Story Anthem was a Gorilla show, and that. Fun fact, that was the night you guys met Miles, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
a weird night, man. Miles
That
was
was
just
weird,
like, "Hey, I'm gonna come get pizza with you guys. You guys seem cool." We're like, "All right, whatever." And Corbin, who was the original drummer of Second Story Anthem, just got in his car and went to with this complete stranger who we would end up living with for a year. So
Yeah, it's crazy. I think I knew Miles before any of you guys did.
Yeah.
I remember you used to be in a band called Those One Guys.
yep.
Yeah, they were good.
Back when we were in Miles, I love you, but that band was not good.
I think they were good.
But no, I just remember we were playing. Queen of Hearts was playing an Alrosa show, and your mom came to one. It was the first time I had ever met your
Yeah.
mom,
Mhm.
and
You called her hot or something.
I think I tried to get your mom's number or something, but
I mean,
spoilers, I did not.
she's a beautiful woman.
She was a very, very nice lady to me.
Yeah, she'll be at the
At
show
least-
tonight.
She will be.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, will
I've
she?
never met her.
Yeah.
She only
Not
got mad at me
either.
once on Facebook, or she got mad at
Your
my girlfriend on Facebook.
Picking on my girlfriend.
Well, that's what girlfriends do, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they live together, so it's like, you know.
So, how does it feel now that you guys just did your EP release show? What, a couple days ago?
Yeah.
How does it feel to
It was last
be?
night, wasn't it?
Thursday.
So, how does it feel to be back out on stage with this new material? Does it feel fresh? Does it feel new?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
A little anxious at first, just because it's like, you know, it's your first time back on the stage playing stuff that you haven't played.
Getting used to the in-ears and you have to stay on time now, or else your
Everything
ears
falls
sound
apart.
different than what's out.
Yeah, that was the biggest. I think the biggest like hurdle is going to be getting used to that. But
But
like
more comfortable.
Yeah. the bands that played, they were all awesome. Courtney from Work, like we said earlier, they were super great. And then Forever Unknown, they're gonna be the next big thing. I'm telling you, they're a bunch of high schoolers. Like they're sophomores and juniors in high school. So like I was there, been there, done that. So like this was like they do like a lot of cover shows at bars and stuff and make money.
Oh, yeah.
And then like
Didn't they cover Creep?
They did.
Dude, they seriously were awesome.
They did a couple covers.
Go check them
it's
out.
Cool to see some covers.
Huge shout out to them.
Some people
They were
think they're too good for covers these days.
You could be in a band that plays all but 2 covers.
Yeah.
Hey, we had
People would rather see that, I think, half the time.
we had 4.
Hey, people like to sing along, man. I mean,
Yeah.
play the hits.
We had 4 originals,
Okay.
but then the rest was covers. I remember.
We went on tour with Doug to New York City once. So
Yeah, let's
talk about that.
dude. Let's talk. Let's talk about our buddy Clark and a little trip into a tunnel.
Oh man.
Yeah,
the
or
West
like
Virginia
that
tunnel.
house show we played in New Jersey where they were
Oh my
like
gosh.
crowd surfing and
The poop
doing
deck.
like,
Skateboarding
skateboarding in the living
room.
That was nuts.
Do you remember that drunk dude that jumped up on stage with the last band? Like we thought, I thought he was just in the band, but he
We
just
were
like
all
jumped
drunk
on.
dudes by then.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, it was that one really drunk dude that wound up passing out in the bush.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that.
But he jumped on stage with me and Justin had left to like go for a
We were
walk
walking,
or something.
Getting cigs or something.
Yeah, getting cigs or whatever.
Oh yeah,
and,
you walked like to the wall.
I thought it was
like,
way closer. It was like 2 miles. We just walked. It was great.
Yeah, we had a great talk, but by the time we got back, the last band was on. Which they were amazing. They had like this real like early Ramones vibe to them.
Just ska punk bands too.
every band that was a great show.
And the house
Yeah.
caught fire. That was
Yeah,
not
the
our
house
show,
that
but
house burned down.
Yeah, R.I.P.
I heard
Poop
that.
Deck.
Um,
Yeah,
Dominic,
so.
the drummer from the band that ran
Yeah.
that show, he's like a wrestler
Yep,
now.
he's doing pro wrestling.
Really?
Yeah,
Amateur
That's
pro
awesome.
or whatever you call it. I don't know.
it's pro. It's
Pro,
independent.
Yeah, no, I followed that. So if he happens to listen to this, keep it up.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on at some point, but Jersey.
I remember the New York trip spawned one of the best pictures of Justin and Doug ever, and it's just
Oh my God.
Doug is happy
The
as
subway.
can be in the subway.
Man, you're
Both
gonna have to,
burnt out.
I'll have to. You're gonna have to post that picture on Facebook.
Oh, I will.
We were on the subway.
I remember exactly.
We just walked like 100 miles through New York. We literally saw everything in New York in one day. At the end of the day, we get on the subway, and I snap a picture of Justin because he's just so tired, bloodshot eyes, just done. And Doug's right
Doug's
next
ready
to
to
him.
go round
Doug's right
two.
next to him with the biggest grin you'd ever seen.
He's already
It's like,
around
with my left eye looking like over here, and my right eye kind of looking at the camera.
Great.
Oh man, with my big ass Yankee cap.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
to
that was a
Philly.
that was a fun trip. Philly was amazing.
Wild.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we went and saw the Rocky statue.
We did the
and
Rocky
stuff.
stuff. That was the one thing. Like I told you guys before we ever even got there. If we do no other touristy things that I want to do, that's the thing we got to do.
I had to sit in the van and watch the stuff during that.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I was
We
sitting
parked in
the
a
van.
place where there was no parking.
Yeah.
Someone's got to stay, and I'm like,
Yeah, I don't think it was.
maybe, but I'll stay.
I don't think it was actually a parking spot that we
it was
used.
not. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. We just stopped the van and just sprinted over
Hey,
to
and you
see
know what?
everything.
Sometimes that's just what you gotta do.
Yeah.
unless you're
But I remember us staying in a Walmart parking lot, and I just sat outside the van all night listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Police showed up.
Yeah, the police showed up, and I'm just like, "No, we're just a band on tour. My buddies are trying to sleep. Go away."
Yeah, Walmarts are legit. I'm trying to think. Our last tour, we slept in like this weird shoe store parking lot, like
Ross Dress for Less.
Ross Dress for Less. Shout out to their parking lots. Clean, well lit. I mean, it's no Walmart, but like Walmart wouldn't let us park in their parking lot, so we parked in the Ross Dress for Less like 2 or 3
I
times.
wish McDonald's let us
That's-
stay. They have the best parking lots.
Yeah.
They clean theirs though.
That's weird though, because I thought Walmarts were supposed to be like safe place
Oh,
parking lots.
Sometimes they're
Not
they're
always,
weird
yeah.
about like they'll be like it'll be posted like no overnight parking and stuff like that. So it's like it gets weird.
Yeah, it's just all dependent on
Sometimes
the
it's
area.
better just sometimes I'd like to play it safe. I don't like if I see a sign I'm like let's just not even risk
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
get into a conflict with anybody? Like we can go sleep in a different parking
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
It's not a big deal. There's a lot of parking lots.
Definitely fair.
Oh my God! I just thought of something else. Katanning, Pennsylvania.
Yes,
Oh,
Club
yeah,
Radioactive. Shout out to them. They've always been
Oh,
great.
man.
That's a great
Do,
venue.
do you guys remember? Didn't we send Lincoln and Clark with Clark dressed as Bro Bear out to go try to like find people to come to the
'Cause
show?
There's 0 people there.
Yeah, no one came
You
to
know,
the show.
Yeah.
sometimes it's that would be more than once that has happened.
If I remember correctly, didn't someone Lincoln? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't somebody like yell at you guys thinking you were furries?
Yes. So Clark and I were trying to promote the show, and he had it. At the time when we were Second Story Anthem, we had a whole thing where we had someone dress up in a bear costume and run out during the show and all that. And we were walking around, and someone yelled from their, like, third-story apartment window, like, I don't know, like, get out of here, you bunch of furries, or something along those lines, but just yelled at us because they thought we were furries. And so...
Yeah, you guys came back and told me, and I had to quickly Google furry to figure out what the fuck you were talking about.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not something you want on your Google search.
I wound up spending a lot more time on the dark web than I planned on.
Jeez.
Oh, man. But yeah, that tour was fun. I was really glad that you guys took me out with you on that
Yeah, no,
run.
you coming along was like saved us,
Fantastic.
and you were great. So.
It was a lot of
Good
fun. You guys made it easy. You guys write good music, so I mean, when you write good music, it's easy to have fun.
We appreciate that.
And then you guys are legit some of my best friends I've ever made in this scene. So when Justin texted me and asked me if I wanted to do it, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Of course, the new Dougie Fresh will be there. He'd be good for it.
That's why I was so excited to hear you guys are playing Dayton. So I'm like, holy shit, we might actually be able to make this happen finally.
Yeah,
Friends
we're finally out here.
Yeah.
Family gets to come to a show. Nice. They're all going to be there.
Okay, I got to tell the story. Can we talk about Clark shitting in a tunnel?
I'm trying to remember where that was.
In
the giant abandoned tunnel.
highway tunnel.
We're also that woman like flipped
The
her
Mormon
bike
woman.
and
Oh my
like
God.
split her head open, and they were like, "No, we don't want you to call 911."
We don't, yeah, because they don't take outside help. That's just
Yeah,
not.
that
Yeah,
was-
how they
and
work.
Clark's like a medical guy with the military, isn't he? Or something like
he has
that?
like basic, just like
Basic
the
medical training.
Oh.
What state was that in?
That was
Pennsylvania.
in-
Pennsylvania? Okay.
I actually, fun fact, I shot a music video for false accusations in that tunnel.
Shout out to those guys.
Those guys
are
are amazing.
awesome.
Also, another shout out.
You're shouting out all these bands, and all I'm hearing is I keep thinking of like, man, we need to have all these bands on the show, like pronto.
Shout out podcast right now. Just
I feel like this whole episode is just turning into an episode, like a big episode of Member Berries,
Yeah.
basically.
which is fine. I love it.
Yeah, it was in some abandoned mountain
Freeway tunnel, yeah.
Freeway
so,
tunnel.
like
that's
where
what it
those
was.
tunnels go through the middle of a mountain, because it's just cheaper to do that than to
Go around.
go around.
Clark pooped in it somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Clark had to take a poo, and I don't remember what possessed him to want to do this.
In the
Well,
tunnel of all things, where you
Well, okay.
smells don't really go away there.
If you know the guy, this isn't.
poops,
Yeah, he'll just kind of do that wherever,
Oh man.
He's a good guy. He's a funny
Great,
guy.
yeah.
Oh, he's great. I love Clark. He was nothing but good to me on that run.
Oh yeah. He earned his keep for sure.
Yeah, he did.
Taking him out on a few runs with us, just running merch and stuff like that.
The other weird thing about that tunnel was it was like pretty warm, but by the middle of the tunnel, I remember you could see your breath pretty
Yeah,
well.
well,
It was cold.
It had to do with the whole being in the middle of a mountain.
Yeah.
Had something to do with it.
It's weird.
I'm trying to remember what state that was in. I might have.
Pennsylvania.
Was it Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in the hills. In Appalachia.
Oh man, but that was a great time. Well, man, we're only a half hour in. That's freaking crazy. Feels like we've been talking for an hour.
Yeah.
I'll pause for a sec. Well, guys, I could go on all day. Last couple questions as we're wrapping up, because I know you guys have a show to get to. Do you guys see yourselves doing a full length in the distant or not too distant future? A full length record?
I mean, I think it's yeah.
kind of the
When it's
goal.
necessary, I guess.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of doing shorter albums.
Releasing more stuff more often.
I think the
Yeah.
shorter albums work nowadays. I don't think people's attention span is there
Yeah.
for
That's
And
like
you know,
full
and
length.
you know that when you record those longer albums, you got to charge more money for them. Somebody's going to be a lot more likely to pick up your CD for $5 than they are going to be.
Yeah.
10
It costs us
15
more
or
money,
20.
a lot more
Yeah.
money to
Yeah.
do full.
And
It's crazy how the music business is almost kind of going backwards in that regard, right? Because I remember hearing about how it was in the 60s when, bands put out singles and EPs, and that was where you got your hits. And then when they did an album, they just took all the tracks that weren't like good enough to be singles. And now we're kind of going back to that in a way where, and even the albums are still amazing, and I love albums, but that's kind of where it is now. Everyone's kind of putting out individual songs. Like even a big band like Motley Crue, when they did their farewell tour, that's what they did. They put out 2 new singles to support that tour, and that was all they toured on.
Yeah. Well, I think with the power of the internet and things like SoundCloud and Bandcamp, where you can host things for free, if you're putting out one song at a time, you can wait for something to stick. So if you're putting out one song, maybe that song doesn't stick. All right, let's focus all of our energy on this next song. Let's see if we can get it to stick, rather than here's 20 songs. See if one of them throw them all at the wall at the same time. It's a little easier to throw out one at a time and try to get people's attention. Because
how's the response been so far?
Good.
It's been really good, actually.
Really good so far. Actually, there's been like people from like high school that like I haven't talked to in years and years, that I barely talked to in high school. Like people I don't know are sharing.
It's because One More Night sounds like a country song, and they're all from London.
It does not sound like a freaking country. Well,
It's a little bit country.
the lyrics are a little
All
country.
right, listen, that's my T Swift inspiration right there. All right, but I give it all to Taylor.
That's okay. I'll forgive you for it.
But yeah, it has been, the response has
We
been
just want
really,
some of that
really cool.
money. We want some of Taylor's money.
Yeah, hey Taylor Swift,
It's not
if you're
about the money.
listening, give us all your money.
Taylor Swift is a regular listener.
Perfect.
Good.
How long did it take to do that music video? The one with the masks.
So I was in my attic. It was about 150 degrees.
We were glistening with sweat.
If you look really close, you'll see us glistening with sweat.
That took like,
It was hot. It was next level hot.
A few hours.
One of the hottest
Cool
places
place
I've
to
ever
shoot a video.
Yeah, we had some great guys help us out. Kevin McIntyre from Ghost Label Video helped us out with that, and Nathan Sergio, he works with On Scene Video, but he kind of did it like just on his own. And Kevin helped us out on both of the videos, the Headlights video and the Back to Sanity video. Huge shout out to him. He helped us out so much, and we were like forever indebted to him.
Music videos turned out great.
They did. I mean,
That video was awesome.
yeah.
Both
And then
videos
the
were awesome.
editor Dan Hoffman. I mean, he just is a wizard when it
I mean,
comes
it's
to.
way cooler than we are.
and even though it was like super hot, that one, Back to Sanity, was such a fun video to shoot.
It has
Yeah.
such a cool vibe to it. And I love you guys had the mask with the Halloween thing. Then it ends with you guys taking the masks off. It was a really cool story told through the video. Even if you guys, I don't know if you guys planned on telling a story, but I got one out of it.
Yeah, there was
My
a.
dream came true for a little bit to play in Slipknot for like 30 seconds. And we wore them on our show Thursday.
Yep, we
I don't
warm
think
up.
we're wearing them today because Cameron. But
Yeah, the idea will be that depending on the show, obviously, if it's not on tour, it's a local show, a hometown show. We'd like to incorporate. I like the mask. I like the
it's
idea.
different. It's cool. No one else is doing it except for Slipknot.
Except for
biggest band in the
But,
world.
just adding that little element of like something people will see and recognize. You know what I mean?
Speaking, go ahead, Tyler. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Go ahead.
Speaking of Slipknot, have you guys heard that new track they put out?
Yes, I like it a lot.
It is amazing.
All
Oh my
Out
god.
I was listening to it the other day. I think it's taking it back to like their Iowa era.
I agree. Yeah. I liked it a lot. Heavier than.
I just like their poppier stuff. I'm a brat.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm a sucker for it.
I'm a much bigger Stone Sour fan than I am a Slipknot fan, but that's just because that's more the music I listen to than the heavier stuff. But every time Corey Taylor goes back to Slipknot, I am just amazed because I keep forgetting how good he is at the Cookie Monster vocals. You know what I mean?
Corey Taylor's very underrated. I think he's like one of the best
Oh,
musicians out there.
For me, it's him or Miles Kennedy are the top like vocalists around today.
I just
Friggin'
think of Creed
amazing.
Immediately.
Creed.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Oh, because he's in
Yeah,
Ultra Bridge.
yeah. Which we played. We won't spoil it.
Well, it already happened, so you can't.
Well,
spoil
I mean
it.
today. I don't know. Are we playing it today?
No,
we're
nobody
not
will hear
playing
it
it
today anyway.
Yeah, we won't put this
Yeah,
out
we
till
played.
next Friday.
We covered a Creed song at our release show.
Which one?
Higher.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Oh
fun.
man, I wish I'd have been there. I would have taken the mic from
You
you.
don't,
I
you don't
broke
remember
it.
hearing them play that when we were at the show, Doug?
Oh, the
I
one.
played a little bit.
Right.
Just a teaser.
I keep thinking about the EP show, not
Forgot
the.
about playing that tonight.
I actually broke into a little Scott Stapp voice there in the middle of it. It was everybody loved it. It was so fun.
You guys
We wanted to do something that was like a song people knew, but like also like not be so serious. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
not break it up, but like some people would be like, "Oh my gosh, did they really just play that?"
It sounds like you guys are getting back to having fun.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't fun before, but it definitely seems like there's a lot less pressure on you guys now than there may have been in the past.
Yeah, we're less stressed, less worried about second story anthem, just like the name itself.
I
Heard
think
a
it's
lot.
it's definitely a balance between having fun and also like
Dream.
working. Like it is a lot of work. It was a lot of stress to get everything to the release point. I mean, we were doing graphic design work till the last second.
Yeah.
Like we stayed up till like 3 a.m. in our girlfriend's apartment, editing stuff to get it launched on Spotify on time.
Like we were trying to release like spring, and then now it's what
Yeah,
is spring
I mean, we recorded in April.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how. So and you know we didn't release until obviously.
We were writing
till Halloween. So
winter.
it you know, and we were writing last winter, the end of last year we started writing. So it's been almost a year-long process. So we took our time, and I think it shows that we took our time.
Definitely.
You guys definitely did it right. I mean, I could go on and on about how great the record is, but then it'll just sound like I'm trying to suck you off. But any plans to go back out on the road?
Eventually.
Yeah, that's the goal. Probably not before the end of the year. December's kind of not a good month for us. We got a lot of personal stuff going on, traveling and holidays just make it difficult.
I feel like you're always traveling. I maybe not so much anymore, but I just remember there was a period there where I remember always hearing about you taking a trip.
Yeah, that's just I like.
We
to
try
travel.
to go out there.
I like to travel a lot.
Went to Nolans.
Yeah, we just got back from New Orleans. I'm going to Brazil at the end of the year, and so I like to get to new countries. So
It's good at
That's
saving
cool.
money.
Life experience.
Heck yeah,
I'm
man.
way better at saving money than I am.
I'm horrible.
I'm
at
still
saving
broke
money.
from New Orleans. That was 2 weeks ago or whatever.
I remember about a year or two ago, I just get a random text from Justin. Doug, I'm in Vegas. I'm like, like I didn't even know you were leaving. I'm like, what the hell are you doing in Vegas?
Yeah, my bosses, they go to Vegas like twice a year, and sometimes I get to tag along with them if I'm lucky.
I just remember you telling me the cigarettes were like $20 a pack out there, and I'm like, man, that's enough to make someone quit.
Shout out to Granddad's Pizza.
Oh yeah,
Best
shout out to
pizza in Columbus.
Yeah, best pizza in Columbus. Granddad's Pizza. Call. Get your $2 off coupons on the menu.
We all work there. That's
yeah.
what we,
Oh
all
yeah.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Separate
Justin's our boss.
Yeah, I'm manager.
It's not that good at it.
I'm sorry.
No,
Wait, so you guys literally all work there?
Jealous. Yeah.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah, yeah. We can see each other a lot, which is take it for what it's worth.
Which is nice.
Now that we
Helps us-
don't live together anymore.
Yeah. That
You
helps
get-
us scheduling
Oh
stuff,
yeah, that's
too.
probably nice.
Well, you guys don't live together anymore?
No.
Now we all have. Me and Lincoln have separate apartments, and Tyler lives
With my
in
mommy
his
and
giant
daddy.
House. Mommy
Hey,
and daddy.
hey, your mom and dad are the coolest.
They are, and they allow me to do all this crazy music stuff and let us practice there and let us store all the gear there and let me park my van and trailer there. So it's like they're awesome. They support us a lot. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're going to go ahead and start winding down. Final question. Might be the most important question of the interview. Justin.
Oh dear. It's a
Did
wrestling
your
related-
dad
No.
ever get that window fixed?
Yes.
Oh my God.
He got the window fixed. He got a whole new back window, but I don't think he has the truck anymore. We sold that truck a couple years ago.
The more important question is, did Cody ever pay it back?
I don't know
matters.
how that worked out because like your dad and my dad talked and I never
Our
heard
daddies
anything.
talked to each other and they figured it out. I really don't know either. I just knew that my dad got a new window eventually. I forgot about this story. We were at a movie theater and Cody, not to take too long here, but
No, you're fine.
Yeah, Cody's sitting up and then just fell into my dad's back window and shattered. This is my first day hanging out with you guys.
Yeah. We told this story before. We did a whole
I forgot
episode.
that was the first time we ever
drive-in.
hung out with you.
Takes a window
Little
out.
baby Justin. We had just found him on Craigslist, and
Yeah.
The second band he got in.
I was what, 18?
something like that, dude. You and Cassie were the youngins.
Yeah.
Cassie was like 17 when she joined, so I don't think you were much older than her.
I'm like 19. I was like 19 then.
All right, guys. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Any final thoughts you have for anybody?
No, thanks for having us.
You guys are the best.
Thank you guys for doing it.
And thanks
This
to
podcast is going to explode. You're going to be ultra
Yeah, this
more
has been
famous
fun.
than we are. Not.
No, hey, we're here to help the local artists, man. That's all we care about at this point, because we figure we've leached off the scene enough. It's about time we start giving back.
I like
No,
that
this is all
podcast.
just for fun.
Get as many bands as possible
Yeah.
in here. I think it's
Absolutely.
Good job.
All right. Well,
great. In wrestling, and,
wrestling, anime. Justin's going to come on and talk all wrestling
Call it
with us
art.
one day. He's going to go for the belt, which we don't even have right now.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Nick from
Burkhart
Better
had it.
Anyway
Yeah, we'll
stole
see
our
him tonight.
belt.
Oh, my God. We should probably call him and see if he'll bring the belt.
He's going to be at the show tonight.
Yeah, we either. It's their first show.
It is.
I'll
Our songs are good.
RKO him just to get the belt off him.
Let's do it.
All
right.
Real wrestling.
All
Let
right.
me know when you do it. I'll film it.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to wrap up. We want to thank the guys in Grasmere so much for coming in. It's been a long time
You're welcome.
coming.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
it won't be the last.
Yeah. Yeah,
hopefully
for sure.
not.
Definitely.
The record is What We Left Behind. You can get it on Apple Music, Spotify. Are you guys on Bandcamp?
We're on anywhere that there is music.
Okay, so anywhere that you get your music,
Yeah,
anywhere that
actually.
you stream, Ask G's. If you're blind and you need Braille, they got you covered.
On the corner, Biggie T-shirts 2 for $10.
And with that, we are going to go ahead and wrap up the podcast because we have a show to get ready to go see.
Yay.
I want to thank you guys so much for listening. As always, check us out on all of our platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, SoundCloud, the newly launched YouTube page where we are putting up content daily. Haven't been very good at that yet, but we're working on it. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Cody, you got anything to add?
I do not.
Okay, I've been Doug Keeney,
I'm Cody Taylor.
and this is Kame-Cast.
See ya.
Bye-bye.